Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Italy versus Switzerland preview, 5 p.m. kickoff today here in the UK. You know, it's getting to that time before kickoff. That nervousness is kicking in. It's the knockout rounds now. It's not group stage anymore. So the nerves are definitely superior to they were in the group stage. Now things get real, and this is where we start to judge Spalletti and the team properly. They've not been impressive until now. Yeah, maybe the Albania game, yeah, that was good, but that, all due respect to Mascipe's and Albania, that was Albania. They finished last for a reason. And, actually, did they even finish last? Did Croatia finish last? Oh no, Croatia finished third. But yeah, Switzerland, they've been good. More impressive than Italy. I don't think there's any team that's really been good. Spain and Germany, you can say two teams have been standouts. So that's one thing you can say to this Italy team, is that no one's actually been that impressive anyway. Even the Switzerland team, in the group stage, they struggled in a couple of games. They won. They almost beat Germany until that last minute. So they've had good spells, but also pretty average spells. That first game against Hungary, they were pretty good. But nothing like crazy. They're actually, you could say Switzerland are slightly favourites in this game, which is actually a little bit funny when you think about it. Italy, you would always be favourites against Switzerland usually. But our recent history against Switzerland is not very good, is it? Especially Jorginho versus Sommer. Very, very bad recent history. Sommer saving the last two penalties against Jorginho. So if we get a penalty, please do not give it to Jorginho. In general, even not just against Sommer. We criticize Italy's forward line and the predicted lineup, which is this, has at the moment a three forward line, 4-3-3. Seems like Spalletti is reverting to, which already I disagree with, but it is what it is. But they're talking about El Shaarawy, Chiesa, Scamacca front three. But then on the other hand, who is it for Switzerland? They've got Embolo. They've got Ndoye, who's linked to Inter as a wing back, but he's playing as, one of the potential winger forwards. They still got Shaqiri, of course. Euros and World Cup heritage always turns up. But is it that particularly scary forward line? Not really. It's just that Switzerland seem to be a much better drilled, much more organized team that know what they're doing, with a solid midfield. Granit Xhaka, one of the best players at this tournament till now, alongside Remo Freuler. Of course, we know him from his times at Bologna now and Atalanta before. Two midfield stalwarts that will make life difficult. They play a 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1, but we'll see if they're going to try to pack the midfield. If Italy are going to go line up with three centre midfielders. And the three centre midfielder for Italy looks like it will be Fagioli as the regista. I've been calling for Fagioli to start since the last game. And Spalletti, you called him up. He was a surprise inclusion for Fagioli. Nicky Beans, start him. Put your wild card in. I want to see him, and his technical level, and he's got just a fresh young mind. He's 22, 23 years old. He plays with that kind of pressure off his shoulders, unlike some of the older guys. So I hope Fagioli starts over Jorginho, and then alongside him, of course, Barella, who hopefully steps up as he has been until now. Probably one of the few Italian players we can say has been consistently at a decent level, at least. Probably man of the match against Albania, but then better than most of the players anyway. And obviously Donnarumma is the other one. So Fagioli, Barella, and then the other one, now this is the controversial one, Cristante. Now actually, I don't like Cristante, and I don't want Cristante to start, but if he does start, this is actually the role I would start him in. As a mezzala, I want Cristante, if he does start, to be not one of the guys that drops back to help build up play, because please keep him away from our build up, but use his height, his ability to get into the box. He should be used as Frattesi, the guy that don't give him too many touches of the ball. Don't expect, we saw that bloody touch he had when he came on against Spain. Don't expect any great technical quality from him, but let him roam into the box, and whoever plays right back will get into those half spaces to cross it in. Try to find Cristante at the far post. He is good in the air. He's strong physically. He can cause trouble using his he can sniff out a goal. I think he's always been misprofiled over his career. Again, I don't agree with him in starting. I thought, start Pellegrini in that role, his Roma teammate. But if he is going to start, I want him to be used in that way. And I think he can cause trouble. I think he can cause that Switzerland backline trouble. Now let's move to the backline. We know Di Lorenzo, the world could be crumbling around us. It could be, Armageddon, but Spalletti will still start Di Lorenzo, his son, as he called him in the press conference. It is what it is, there's nothing we can do about it. Di Lorenzo starting, so we can just hope he can perform better. He was slightly better against Croatia, we have to give him credit, but still probably one of our worst players in this tournament. But next to him, they're talking about Gianluca Mancini, another Roma player. Now, this is another guy that I actually wanted him to start. If you've watched my previews, I would have put him, if we were playing a back three, I would put him right centre back with Calafiori, Bastoni in the middle, and then Calafiori left centre back. But obviously Calafiori is out now. I want us to play three at the back with Bastoni, Buongiorno, Mancini, or Darmian. Spalletti's going for a 4. Di Lorenzo, Mancini, Bastoni, and it's not going to be Di Marco. Di Marco is injured. Actually, where's the predicted left back? They're talking about Darmian in the predicted lineup. So, yeah, again, Darmian, he's not really going to do too much going forward. Maybe, yes, for the first 50, 60 minutes, if you want to things keep them solid, okay, that's fine. But I'm not too happy with these fullback situation. I would rather start Cambiaso. But Bastoni is a doubt. It might be pre-match tactics and, mind games and all that kind of stuff, because he has been, we know as Inter fans, if you follow Inter, Bastoni gets these bouts of fever a lot. His immune system is really weak. His defending is strong, but his own defense system inside his body is quite weak. He gets these fever-like symptoms a lot. So he's a doubt actually for the game, which is not great. But I reckon he will start. So it makes sense. And Spalletti said in the pre-match press conference, he's starting Mancini because he wants that right-footed, left-footed centre-back partnership, which is, goes against what he's been doing, because he's been starting Calafiori and Bastoni together, 2 left-footed centre-backs. But I think it's because Calafiori is so good on the ball, he just couldn't resist, which I can't blame him. I would have started Buongiorno. I think Buongiorno gives you more solidity defensively, but if it was a 3, in a 2, it makes sense. Mancini has more experience playing in a back 2 or back 4. We just gotta hope Mancini keeps his cool. We know that guy has a short fuse. His idol is Materazzi, and sometimes he really acts out like his idol is Materazzi. Please, Gianluca, play like he has had a good season for Roma. I criticize him a lot, but he actually has had a good season for Roma, and he is very good on the ball. I want him to show that ability on the ball, because we are missing Calafiori. Calafiori has been really key, not just defensively, but with his ball driving ability, ball playing ability. Of course, Bastoni is there, but Mancini needs to show something in that regard as well. So overall, yeah, not probably the lineup I would put. Oh yeah, and up front, talking about El Shaarawy 2024, maybe Zaccagni should have started. He showed at least a little bit in the last few games, but El Shaarawy gives you a bit more running in behind. Roma, he's been playing a lot as a wing back actually. So again, we could see potentially a hybrid system where El Shaarawy drops even maybe as a wing back in the defensive line, and then Chiesa and Scamacca kind of given a bit more freedom. But we'll see. It is what it is. These are the players that we've got. I don't agree with the predicted lineup, but I still trust Spalletti, even though he's not been great until now. But I still trust this Italy team. I think we might sneak through. Maybe it'll go to extra time. Maybe it might even go to penalties. But we'll sneak through against this Switzerland team and reach a quarterfinal potentially against England, which has been my prediction since the beginning. And that's all I could ask for this Italian team. Minimum, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final. Be super happy. Building to the 2026 World Cup. This is the minimum Spalletti needs to do. You guys let me know down in the comments down below what you think. I know only a few hours left to kick off. Didn't leave you enough time to watch this, but leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Forza Azzurri, come on!